Thank you. As he said, I'm going to do a talk on threat analysis in minutes and other AI superpowers. First, a little bit of introduction. My name is Bailey. I'm based out of Virginia in the US, and I'm a cybersecurity and political science student at Old Dominion University. And after graduation, I plan to help develop policy to reduce human susceptibility to social engineering attacks. First, what is WhiteRabbitNeo? So WhiteRabbitNeo is an uncensored open source AI model, which is trained on software and cybersecurity data. And uncensored means that the model does not have the same guardrails in place that other AI models like ChatGPT does. So if you ask ChatGPT to create a DDoS attack, it will call you a criminal, whereas WhiteRabbitNeo will just give you the script to run. And WhiteRabbitNeo is designed to enhance the work of security teams rather than replace their engineers. And most of the models are available on Hugging Face, with the exception of whichever model is the newest at the time, which is only available on the whiterabbitneo.com website, as well as Kendo.ai. And so as to why WhiteRabbitNeo is important, attackers are already using artificial intelligence to conduct their attacks, so red and blue teams need to also be using AI tools so they don't fall behind. WhiteRabbitNeo also helps to reduce the tedium in cybersecurity by doing time-intensive research, which allows cybersecurity professionals to focus on crafting the actual attacks. And WhiteRabbitNeo can also be used as a teaching tool for beginner security professionals. So in this image, WhiteRabbitNeo addresses security issues in a code segment within VS Code. In the presentation, I'm going to go through 4 different use cases for WhiteRabbitNeo: creating custom hacking tools, paired hacking, secure code analysis, and finally, educating junior security professionals. So with creating custom hacking tools, WhiteRabbitNeo helps you to avoid having to search on the internet and try to find the best tool and getting bogged down in the details of creating attacks. And I use WhiteRabbitNeo to help develop personalized tools and scripts to fit hacking needs without having to take the time to find these tools online. And it's also capable of developing a wide range of tools and scripts, including port scanners, as in the bottom image, and scripts to do directory brute forcing attacks, as in the top image. And WhiteRabbitNeo, its foundational model is whatever is the best LLM doing software engineering at the time, so it's well versed on any programming language going back to COBOL. Next, with paired hacking, since it's instructed to give code first answers, it will write a response in code to whatever prompt it can. And this makes it great for answering questions about code, such as questions in Kali Linux applications. So in the top example, I have it explaining how to set up a reverse shell connection in Kali Linux using Metasploit. And in the bottom image, I have it explaining a network capture, just like a fragment of an IP packet I captured using Wireshark. Next, with secure code analysis, using the Kendo Copilot, you can use WhiteRabbitNeo within VS Code and JetBrains, and this helps to give it feedback on the code within your IDE rather than having to switch back and forth between the chat. And it can help give your feedback on your code and help debug it. So in the top image, WhiteRabbitNeo is analyzing a program and explaining what the different files do. Sorry, in the bottom image, WhiteRabbitNeo is explaining what the selected file, as well as any files associated in the code base with it, do. And then in the top image, WhiteRabbitNeo is giving suggestions on how to harden the code and make it secure against security vulnerabilities. And while both these features can be done in the actual WhiteRabbitNeo chat, just using it within the IDE simplifies the process a little bit better. Finally, with educating junior security professionals, WhiteRabbitNeo is capable of explaining any security topic, including complex ones like binary exploitation, in a way that less experienced professionals can understand. So in the larger example, WhiteRabbitNeo is explaining binary exploitation to a 10th year student. So it just makes it a little more simplified. And then once you understand the simplified version, you can ask it questions to clarify or ask it to give you a more detailed response. And it can also explain how to use different cybersecurity tools. So you don't have to wade through man pages or other resources. Such as if you ask it like the best tool in Kali Linux to find hidden web objects, it'll talk you through how to use DERB. And that's all I have. You can contact me if you have any questions, or I'm happy to open for questions now as well.
What kind of steps do you need to run this?
So I have a document that breaks it down entirely. I'm happy to share with you. I run it off of my MacBook right now. There's an ADB model that's pretty easy to run, and there's also a 32B as well if you want, I think it's 32, if you want to run it locally. You can also just use it online as well. Yeah. Anyone else? Yes.
Pass the microphone down.
Thanks for the talk. How are you dealing with hallucinations?
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I guess I don't personally train the LM, so I don't have the best answer for you.
How are they dealing with hallucinations? Sorry.
No, you're good. I just don't have the best answer for you. But I deal with like the user interaction side. I haven't had any complaints of people having hallucinations, so I'm not personally aware, but I'm happy to connect you with someone that can better answer.
That'd be great. Thank
you.
How much does it cost?
So it's free to use all of the models that are available on Hugging Face. You can run for free on your own machine for the cost of maintaining the infrastructure. It's also free to use on Kendo or WhiteRabbitNeo for, I believe it's 25 uses a day on the WhiteRabbitNeo website, or it's a certain amount of like credit consumption on Kendo. And then after that, I believe it's 100 USD a month for the pro plan on WhiteRabbitNeo.com.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Any more? No. And there we go.
How is it dealing with any ethical issues connected to that?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
How is it dealing with any ethical issues connected to the whole hacking, and do you need to consent to anything or?
So, like any ethical hacking tool?
Well, obviously ChatGPT is aware that it's not supposed to sustain or help in that sort of.
Yeah. Well, if it's designed for ethical application, so it's on the user to use it for ethical resources, just like how when Metasploit first came out, there was concern that it would be used for unethical sources. But like I said, these tools are already being used by, like, not WhiteRabbitNeo, but like Black Hat hackers are already using other AI tools in order to craft their attacks. So it already exists on the dark web.
Anyone else? All the way down the back. You could have just taken your own microphone there.
I know you said you weren't dealing with the actual training issues, but what provenance is there on the training data? How has the issue of licensing, consuming the right content and not consuming unlicensed content been dealt with?
As far as I know with the training content, like I said, I'm happy to connect you to the person that's actually involved with the training. It's trained off of...
I think what I'm asking is more a case of how does a user ensure that they, as a user, are not opening themselves up to some kind of action?
Like preventing the user from sharing their information with them?
No, more a case of if there are issues that come about from the content that it's been trained on, how does a user insulate themselves from the fallout of that?
I don't think I really have I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay.
I don't have.
No. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Bailey.